bottom.
Yep.
That's fine.
There's them. I was like, where is the template? And I got you guys a template. I got you 2 sets. So yeah, essentially all we would do is you would still bring the back of the template.
And you have to feed it in. You can't come in from the top.
Right, and I did cut the lip out of yours as well. So you're still gonna come to that 2-foot mark.
Right.
And then
Make sure we're not blocking it.
your first lead coming out, I always do my flap on the first lead coming out. You can do it however you want. If you're running downhill to a downspout, do the flap on the left side. But I'll slide it over.
We generally try to follow the process of keeping it on the right side.
Okay, that's what I do too. It just makes it easier. That way everybody is fluid.
Exactly, and there's no, yeah. That's a big tab.
Yeah, I mean, we run them a little bit bigger. You don't need to. It's just with how sturdy this material is. And you guys run 032 as well, but it just makes it easier to get the bend over. The easiest cut on these,
Try to get this angle.
just to go ahead and come into it. About where it's at.
Right.
And then the Milwaukees are nice because they're nice and open. I can actually get through it. I was a little closer on that, but then you can get in
Open
and
it
open
up.
it up. Come through. And then you're gonna round.
So you're rounding that.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So once you get there, it's a little exaggerated because it wasn't exactly 6 inches over.
Sure.
It's okay. Then you're just gonna go down along that line. Take your bottom out. I still think it's easier than tabbing. It is a lot of cutting, but that tab doesn't matter so much where that line is. I'm just gonna come straight down from through. And then on your lead edge, we're gonna add a tab there, just for overlap.
Right.
Come in and cut her back out. Cut that inside out. And then this one, we don't need that back.
So you
Top
you
portion.
take off this and the crimp.
Yep, so you know that's where your 90 is. And then I always do this. It helps give you a little play putting that corner together.
Interesting.
So it can actually feed straight into the corner. And then when you get there, you get under 90 and that's your lead edge.
Now I want to see the reason for rounding this when it comes to your lighter stroke.
You don't have to, but the strip, it's mostly just about having the room there.
So even that could be
You could shave that down a little bit.
minimized.
And then you just gotta make sure you got enough nose left to where it's clean. So there's a hair short on that, but you're gonna have a screw going there, screw going there.
Because my natural tendency to cut is a little bit different from yours.
Okay. And like I said, this is just somewhere for guys to start who've never done this before.
Never
Can
done
we-
this before.
Before you get a crack at it, can we have you just do it all the way through one time, maybe without the explaining, just so I can get real up close and get every single
And
detail.
also,
Yep.
everybody's got their habits.
Oh, sure.
Do you have a pencil?
I'm sure there's a couple.
I'll find one. Yeah, I can find one. I'm not gonna bother with the measure. Yep. So I can't imagine that.
And are you really fighting to get it together? Yeah.
You're really not though once you're up on the house.
Right.
It's just because
right.
there's no
It's-
structure right now.
Plus, and like let's say this was a nice 20-footer on each end. You're leaving the last 2 hangers undone to have some flexibility?
Yeah, you could. I always, would leave.
Or do you have this last hanger there to keep the tab side rigid so that,
I normally do hanger here,
right,
and we fit it together nice and tight before we tack in
Okay.
the hanger. We will tack it, but when we go back to actually put the strip on, sometimes I'll take that hanger out to just work it how I need
sure.
it.
Push me out of the way if I'm in your way.
Oh, you're good, man.
And I'm easy to push over right now.
I was gonna say.
And then it's just a nice, unclean seam all the way through.
Yeah.
And that's the only tab we
So,
do
a
outside
little
on the
history.
bottom. There's no tab necessary on the inside.
Connection was
Right.
to
You really are taking that back a lot.
And you don't have to. It's just for ease of, really it's the other guys that are installing it.
Like to me, the size of this tab is absolutely dramatic.
Yeah.
I would keep it to about that.
Yeah, and you can, if you have a little handbrake too, it helps things great.
Well, yeah,
Just
and
handbrake it.
which we carry.
Is there a reason? Is it just preference?
It's
or-
just so massive because I'm also thinking that
gotta
when
seal
you're
that
when you're caulking, now you're caulking this, you're caulking that, and you're taking it way out. Where if I was gonna go for this,
we tried
go
with those 55.
You go for it? You want to go for it? I won't record your first one.
that's okay.
I'll let you figure it out, and then we can do
Except on
we'll do a good run through.
Well, I feel how tight that is.
12.
Where do we keep those carpenter pencils at?
It's all right. I'll use this.
Where are those carpenter pencils that Justin's grandpa had?
I'll use this.
There's one, I can see one right from here in the box on the shelf over here.
And if you are doing that,
Right?
We got all kinds. Yeah, it's got a little lead stick.
If you want it, I'm telling you, I don't know.
I
if
knew
it's
we had
chocolate or
some.
not. I didn't know it was
It's,
part of my job.
and do you have a square?
Yeah, let me look for a square.
And then,
Because I don't always trust these back cuts.
Yeah.
I don't trust them because it sits in there. It'll warp, move, and change that one.
Over time, it could shave too.
I got this square for now.
And if you want to talk, you can. If you want to talk to yourself, talk to other people, you can. Or we can just get visual. It's up to you.
I know I've got one of those blue ones.
So what I would do,
And if you are going to talk, just make sure it's loud.
Nice
Obviously,
and
you
loud.
don't have to if you don't want to. Just whatever you think will help you and your guys.
and then I wouldn't trust the back of the miter itself, and I would use
Because I keep telling this guy.
probably a triangle square versus one of these.
But look, they may.
And the way I would go for it. So we haven't used this style of snip in a long time.
All dogwood tricks.
And I'm more likely to do less trimming away and keeping what's on there nice and clean. And since he's kind of doing that, without the seamers,
I'm gonna have to get him down.
now he is taking that back pretty far. So I'm curious if I did it like this.
I think think your 90 seconds is up, Kevin?
My 90 seconds of that? No, I'm just getting a
I'm teasing. You know what I say to you if they didn't like you?
What's that?
Nothing. Yeah.
Just getting my hands a feel
No,
for
this
this.
is actually really fun to watch.
And like I said, I'm so not used to this style of snip. That's okay. And he's got a
No, this will work fine.
This is more of a difference in what I would do. And now I'm curious to see how this is going to fit. Honestly, I like mine better. Smooth end. Love it. Now I notice the difference with that rounded bottom, but that's okay.
Just flash darts.
In this case, rather than the relief cuts, just get that out of the way. Now, on your smooth end, let's see. Now taking it back a little this way. Let's see what we got. That's yeah, like that. See, that's interesting. Because now we're in there. And I would actually prefer tab inside.
What color is this?
Oh, frames now.
Is this
They're
the
round.
which brown is this?
This is black.
Oh, it's black. Okay, I couldn't tell.
Yeah. No, I would probably do it like this and just have it a little more
A little tighter in.
minor, yeah, on the tab, less to caulk. Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Cool.
I could have taken more out of this side. I can see that because I did take more on that. And it's good. It's good to feel these things and see exactly how much. And they're about the same. No, it's good. I like it.
Biggest difference?
I mean, the strip miter is the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And I can tell doing an actual hand cut miter, it would be really challenging for the guys.
Yeah.
Now that I get my hands on that. But I do like the lower profile tab. This could even be trimmed back a little more like yours too, which that's fine.
There's a decent amount of play with those.
Right. So it's a small refinement. Say again?
What do you do on a 45? Same process, you just.
So on a 45, because you're not going to have 45 letters.
No.
So on
I
that,
have one I can show you. I've got
what I would have to do, you have
22 and a half. Let me.
Yeah, because I'm curious. How did you make your setup with it?
I have somebody make